been a minute. Haven't been posting often. Haven't been posting these last few days. Haven't been making many videos. Those old shitty versions of me have been getting the best of me over this last week. Jersey City, bro. I'm in Jersey City. 10, 20 minutes outside of the Big Apple. But yeah, man. I usually don't, keep my mouth shut if I don't have anything to say in company of people. If I got nothing productive to add, I usually keep my mouth shut. If I don't know what the fuck is being talked about, I just keep my mouth shut. If I have advice that I myself am not following, I keep my mouth shut. I like to live by what I preach. Before I had nothing to preach because I wasn't really living or what I thought was, proper examples. But yeah, man. This last week has been a challenge. I've had, that I can recall over my lifetime, 2 addictions or 2 negative habits that felt like addiction. Like strong addiction, right? And the first one started at about 11 years old. Pornography. And then the second one started around 16, which was smoking, right? Smoking cigarettes, or started with weed, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, and just smoking tobacco in general, just smoking in general. 2 addictions. Alcohol, never, even though I began drinking at 9, alcohol was never never called on me like pornography or smoking did. Not even coffee. But out of those 2, the one that has always bothered me the most has been pornography. And for a lot of us men, I know, man, it bothers a lot of us because it causes us to act in a wasteful manner, man. And that wasteful manner usually puts us down, destroys our confidence, because it causes us to break promises to ourselves. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate that. I hate that just like I hated not being able to control my smoking habits, until I finally hated it so much that I finally broke it. And it's the same thing with this one. Over the last 5 years since discovering that masturbation and that pornography is negative to our consciousness, to our biology, just the consistent ejaculation, the consumption of pornographic images that is destructive to our spiritual nature, our mental development, our personal development, our physical development, our emotional development, right? The development of our wishes and our visions and our goals. I've been able over the last 5 years to, greatly reduce the amount of times that I allow, sexually enticing images on social media, especially, drive me towards seeking those kind of outlets. I've made a lot of progress, but still, there are times when I find myself just like falling prey. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I just, I can't wait to the day where I'm like, like this, right? A year and 2, 3 months into not smoking weed and not smoking anything for the first time in nearly 16 years, not smoking anything and not having this urge in over a year, and some change. And I looked forward to this. I look forward to being able to feel like this as it related to smoking, because once I realized that it was destructive, around 21, 22, just learning, being in a substance rehabilitation course in the military. I didn't know these things about this substance, but I didn't find out about pornography till 28, I think, right? The negative effects of it. So now I'm like, fuck, right? Every time I fall short, every time I fall prey to this. So oftentimes I'm able to, just keep going. But over the last, I haven't been posting much. And I'm sure it has been due to not just this, but just other things, procrastinating other things. And oftentimes procrastinating certain things is what causes those unwise release of energies. I've been working on typing up this book that I wrote up, right? One of two that I started working on this year. The first one, not even halfway through what I wanted to be. And I was like, you know what? Let me get something quick out of my brain. And I was able to put, a whole thing into paper in a matter of 6 hours. I just didn't stop writing until it was done. And I've been procrastinating putting it on the computer. And I'm pretty sure that's what's, inciting such wasteful energy in me. The fact that I'm procrastinating doing these other things that I need to be doing. And the reason why I fail to come on and make the content that I'm supposed to be making, irregardless of how I'm feeling. This past week, I decided that I'm no longer going to be fighting any more, like, martial arts. Despite the fact that I do want to fight, I'm realizing that I don't need to be getting in the ring anymore, Doesn't mean I'm going to ever stop training. I'm going to continue training, right? I'm going to continue training. I'm going to continue sparring. I'm going to continue doing those things. But as it relates to actually, getting in the ring and doing any more sanctioned fights, that's it for me. And that in itself, costs even more undesired feelings. Because I'm like, fuck, I got to take into consideration the state of my body. And I got to have more regards for my body and my mind. And I can't just be doing everything that I want. But sometimes, life is not simple. Life is not simple, man. Or maybe we just overcomplicate it with all the social conventions and things that we have available to us. Because if we didn't have all this technology, we wouldn't have all the pornography, right? We wouldn't have all the wastefulness. But at the same time, we also wouldn't have these avenues to create content that is valuable to ourselves and to others. To create our own schools, if you may. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get on and get things out of my brain, out of my chest, put some action out there. I didn't feel like doing it, but hey, continuing to do what I've only felt like doing over these last few days has not gotten me the outcomes that I want. So I wanted to fight, and you know, maybe fighting as I wanted to fight, it's not going to get me the outcomes that I want either. But fighting the mental, the spiritual, the physical, the procrastination on the other things. So, you know, I've been able to put like 6 pages on the computer out of the potentially, you know, maybe I don't want the book to be too long. This first one, I want it to be maybe 40, 50 pages, 70, nothing over 60 pages. I want it to be something short that people can read. They can take anywhere, reread, and find value in every page and every sentence and every chapter and every paragraph, you know? So let's see what we end up bringing forth. They say write the vision, right? Make it plain so that anybody that reads it can do something with it. And that's what we're aiming to do, man. Battling our own shortcomings, our own demons, and you know, not letting them stop us or kill our desire to continue, you know, going, striving for a better version of ourselves, you know, learning to hate those things that we once loved, and learning to love those things that we once hated or that we didn't understand we should have loved. And that's where we're at. It's been a great day. It's a great day. We're alive. We're healthy. We're breathing. We're going to sleep healthy, and with the grace of that great everything, we look forward to having a great day tomorrow as well. And I hope and wish the same for each and every one of you out there. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. And if you continue to strive, you know, towards those goals, despite the failures, you know. As often as I fail, even in the midst of the bullshit, I always try to keep an optimistic mindset. I always did it when I smoked. I always did it even in combat, right? Even in combat, getting shot at, getting blown up, about to go on a patrol, you know, getting in the ring and fighting, you know. Oh, I got hit, but hey, I'm not knocked out. I'm not dead. I'm not done. It's not over. I still have an opportunity to do something about it, to do something different, to learn from that mistake, from that failure, to learn the lessons so that, you know, I have a better opportunity to succeed. And I hope you also are able to see the lessons in your losses, you know, and to find successes in your failures, and that you're able to, you know, build that staircase, you know, build that temple that you need to build, and that staircase to the success that you're seeking in your life and whatever endeavors you may find yourself dealing with in order to achieve whatever ventures, goals, and visions you may have for yourself. It's going to take time. It's going to take some optimism. It's going to take a lot of freaking perseverance and determination, and overcoming your own negative thought processes, and, you know, overcoming the promises that you break, and, you know, maintaining the hope that one day you will remain true to your promises, and that, you know, you will fulfill your desired wishes. and you will become the individual that you want to become. This is it. Now, before we end this day, we're going to do as we read in one of our books that we was reading recently. We're going to look back. We're going to evaluate the day. We're going to evaluate the last few days. We're going to evaluate the week. And, we're going to re-examine them. And we're going to imagine, those failures that we met with, those obstacles that we met with. We're going to imagine ourselves overcoming those obstacles so that in the upcoming future, we don't have to deal with them in the same fashion. I don't know. I just take something. It makes sense to me. I seek to apply it. Hey, till now, I'm doing well. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and very soon financially as well. Other than that, that's all, man. I just wanted to get that shit out of my motherfucking chest, put it out there in the universe. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done dealing with these fucking demons, man. I just want to choke the fucking life out of it, just like I did with Mary Jane. Though Mary Jane is a little more useful than the fucking pornography and shit, but other than that, yo, I hope y'all get some fucking value out of this shit. I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. Y'all go and check it out. See what the fuck I was talking about today. And y'all have a great one, alright? I enjoy this great Sunday and an even greater rest of the week ahead, alright? One.